Okie dokes. All right, so we've got
Jeffrey, get off of your social media.
question number 4 comes from Chrissy, spelled K-R-I-C-Y.
I've never seen Chrissy spelled that way.
She says, maybe it's pronounced different, but she says, hello, your page was recommended to me by a friend when I expressed some major concerns with my rescue. I've had Abby now for almost 4 years. She has some boxer in her, but not sure what else. I rescued her from a pet rescue who rehabbed her after finding her beaten badly and left for dead on the side of the road in Florida. My son had been begging for a dog, and she looked like a great dog to protect my home and bring into the family. She obviously had a rough puppyhood, but it's not known to what extent fully. She'll be 6 in November, and her aggression has gotten gradually worse over the years. She is dangerous. I can't have friends over, and neither can my son. Her food aggression and toy aggression has even gotten to the point where she will lunge out if we, my son and I, walk near her things. She's a very loving dog, though, too. She's protective of my son and I. I am not scared of her exactly as my friends and family are. I work 24-hour shifts as a firefighter, so she uses a doggy door to let herself out when I'm gone, but I fear if she was ever to get out while I was home, she would attack someone. She has bitten family members, attacked cats, and people taking her on while taking her on walks. The vet recommended Xanax. It's not helped.
For the owner or for the dog?
I'm surprised the vet didn't recommend euthanasia.
Yeah.
Yes.
I could keep going, but the question is, why does her aggression and anxiety get worse after being loved for 4 years?
Okay.
But before, yeah, hang on.
Their first time on the page.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh shit! I have to be nice to her.
Yes.
Very nice.
God.
This is huge.
Chrissy, hang tough with
finish
us.
this. She's a liability. I'm afraid I might have to surrender her, which breaks my heart because I know she'll be put down. I can't afford to pay $100 an hour for dog therapy. There has to be some answer, but I miss having my friends over, and my 10-year-old son wants to have sleepovers.
Okay.
Let me add, she is a good dog to us also.
Okay.
I'm going.
But hang on a second, Jeffrey. No, I'm just telling Jeffrey to.
I'm not saying
Yeah,
anything.
ease off, Jeff.
I haven't said a word.
You're going to.
I'm not even thinking.
He's like Mount Vesuvius. He's
Right
gonna
now,
explode.
You're about to explode.
Hang on, Chrissy. We're
She's
gonna be
a
okay.
great cuddler and a total mama's girl. She seems happy and wags her tail constantly. I'm just laughing because you're acting.
Because the heat's emanating.
She's so funny and really does bring joy to us, but the negatives are almost outweighing the positives because
Almost.
I knew I was gonna say that. I'm not laughing at you, Chrissy.
Hang in there, Chrissy. Just bear with us.
Okay. It's not a funny thing. I had a dog, very similar stuff. It was like I cried every day, all day. So
Yeah, we've all been through bad
we've all been
dogs.
through this stuff. The negatives are almost that way.
I'll be nice.
She cowers at the vet and groomers, but no one has been able to cut her nails in almost a year. But I love her. I'm so lost. Okay.
But there was also talk about a vet behaviorist.
She said I don't have $100 for
No, but
Oh, and then
Just read
Amanda
that.
said you should dig deep into Sean's Facebook page. He'll give you some ideas, blah, blah, blah. Amanda Moran, who we love. Chrissy said, I met with an obedience trainer who does in-home training with the e-collar, etc. I also met with a vet behaviorist, and she suggested weeks of therapy and medication and said obedience training is abuse. I don't know that I agree with either.
Really?
it's gonna get
I
worse.
don't know that I agree with either method. I've been diagnosed with anxiety myself, and the process of trying medication after medication, having to wait weeks for results was devastating and frustrating. I can't see putting my dog through that. But then the military style training scares me also. I'm not sure what to do. I feel backed into a corner.
Okay. All right.
And then Mark says there's a trainer in Florida who basically recommends Tori.
Good. Okay.
Non-military training.
Okay. So
So we got to really unpack this and break it apart.
I will.
I'm going to give this one 7 minutes.
Okay. I will start this, and it's Chrissy.
Chrissy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Chrissy.
First time here.
Yeah, so be nice to Chrissy.
Okay, Chrissy.
She's in a lot of.
I'm just a guest
a lot
here.
of pain.
I'm not Sean or Laura. If you don't like my answer, please still follow them. I'm not mad at you. I love you, and I feel for you. And I'm 100% being serious, and it might come across as mean and non-caring. First of all, the good thing is, this is Tori, okay? And
She's a military operation.
she will help you. Number one, all the information you've gotten from all the other professionals is outright blatantly wrong, bordering on ethics. For anybody to say that obedience training is abuse is actually ignorant and stupid.
And you're going to hear it from every veterinary
Okay,
behaviorist.
so this is what I want you to do. First of all, I don't care where your dog came from. You got it at 2. You've had it for 4 years. All due respect, You have created this problem, and I'm not saying that to shame or blame you. I'm actually saying that as a positive, because that means you can fix this problem. This has got nothing to do with the dog's past. This has actually probably a lot to do with the last 4 years. Okay? The fact that you think this is a great dog is actually also creating the problem. I want you to know that maybe your dog is great, but currently today, 2016 in July, you actually do not own a great dog. I'm sure there are moments that are great, but it absolutely does not get a free pass for all of the dangerous, almost lawsuit, losing your house,
Aggression.
life-threatening stuff. Someone will get highly injured, and the dog actually will
attack
be,
people.
And it'll come
killed.
down on you.
It will be killed. Okay. So, what I want you to do is this. I want you to stop thinking your dog is wonderful and cute and cuddly. You actually should not be giving this dog any affection right now at all. We're not talking forever. The dog is 6. You're going to have 8 to 9 years left of this dog's life if you fix it, 8 to 9 weeks if you don't fix it. I specialize, as well as Sean does and Laura, in aggression rehab. So I see the dogs like yours every day, and I see wonderful owners like you every day who just don't know. You've dug yourself into a very big ditch and you don't know how to get out. But I want you to know I have all the tools to get you not only out of the ditch, but to build a beautiful home on top of that ditch. What I want you to do is cut out all the love and affection. I want that dog in a crate. I want that dog in a crate. Now the problem is when you work your 24-hour shifts, allowing that dog in and out of the doggy door is actually way too much freedom. But let's put that aside from right now. But I'd love to find a great way that you didn't have to do that. And maybe that's with your son, but he's 10 years old, so maybe he's not home alone. I'm not sure what happens when you work those 24-hour shifts. But giving your dog that kind of freedom has got to stop. That dog should be in a crate at night when you sleep, in a crate when you are not home. You need to train that dog on the minimum basics of obedience, which is walking on a leash politely. When the dog walks on a leash politely next to you, no lunging, no barking, no growling, no sniffing, no marking. It can't be lunging at people. It can't be lunging at other dogs. I want you to remote collar train that dog. It is not military style dog training. It is not.
Let me interrupt. If you are talking to a trainer who is a military style dog trainer, who is training police dogs and personal protection dogs, then don't go with that trainer, right? There are military style trainers out there, but just because someone's using a prong or an e-collar does not make them a military style trainer. But if you are seeing somebody like that, that's not who you want. They don't specialize in behavior modification.
Also, to give you a heads up, all of those dogs' bad behaviors and those unwanted and dangerous behaviors are going to have to be punished. They will. I will tell you right now, those behaviors will be punished. It is not mean. It is not abusive.
You will not fix those behaviors with love.
It's
You inquired that, like, I don't understand. She's been loved for all these years, and why is she getting worse?
I totally get that. Like, what do you mean? I've given you this home. How could you act?
But that's not what your dog needs, and that's the big gap. The big chasm here is that most owners think that a dog that's had a rough past or any past, if I love them right, they'll get healthy, they'll get happy, they'll be balanced, they'll respect us, they'll treat us nicely. But that's not the case. That's not what's going on. You're actually loving your dog into a space of more anxiety, more stress, more aggression, more fear, more whatever it is. So the love is not going to fix this, and that's one of the most important things I can get across to you.
It is impossible. Also, I want you to remember, you are a firefighter. When a house is on fire, you climb up the ladder, you get on the roof, and you put holes in the person's roof. When the house is not on fire, you are not doing that, correct? But you're still a firefighter, meaning there are going to be a time and a place that you are going to be putting holes in roofs. At most of your life, you are not. With your dog, there is going to be a time and a place that you will be correcting / punishing the inappropriate behavior. That does not make you a mean dog owner. It doesn't. 3% of your life with that dog is going to be punishment-based.
Are you saying you put holes in the roof in order to save the structure, in order to do the stuff that's hard and might seem damaging, but is actually saving the complete picture?
Exactly.
Gotcha.
97% of the time with your dog, though, is going to be structure and loving, but not the loving that you have been doing. Not that physical affection.
Loving through guidance.
Right. So what I'd like you to do is I would like you to read at least the last 10 to 12 blog posts that Sean has done, which actually don't even include training tools, most likely. What I'd like you to do is watch all of his YouTube videos on how to do basic training. What I want you to do is cut out all affection and put up massive structure. I want you to truly.
Can you explain to her what structure would look like?
Structure would look like, well, your fire truck is structured. When the fire alarm goes off, you literally know exactly by muscle memory what you will be doing.
Where you're gonna sit,
And where everything's
where
at.
you're gonna go in the
Everything.
truck.
Right.
When you approach that building that is on fire, everybody works as
game
a
plan,
team.
yeah.
Everybody works as a team, and you have practiced and practiced and practiced and practiced.
Imagine if you showed up at a fire and you didn't have a game plan and it wasn't structured and you didn't know where everything was. Imagine how stressed and freaked out and overwhelmed you'd be, right? So the structure inside your house, like Jeff's talking about, the dog's got to be crated. The dog needs to learn how to be in a place command. Place command is going to be essential to changing so much of this behavior. But what we're talking about right now is not going to make any sense to you unless you, because somebody I think just recommended our page, so I think this is brand new if I'm not mistaken, right? So none of this is going to make any sense until you do what Jeff is suggesting, which is dive in and educate yourself about how the psychology of this works, how the training, how the mechanics work, all of that stuff. You need to have all of that on board so you can really move forward in an educated fashion. And Tori, were you saying that Tori is in her hood?
Yeah, I mean, she's in Florida. I don't know where exactly she is in Florida.
So Tori, chime in and help this lady out.
So this is your first time to the Good Dog page, so I definitely check out the blogs. Like, they will answer so many questions.
TheGoodDogLifeblog.com.
Yes,
if you want to find it.
And it, like Jeff said, I don't even think they talk about tools because there's an entire psychology behind the way that we love our dogs. And I find that a lot of like my clients, and I'm sure their clients, we get these phone calls all the time about dogs who have had bad pasts. We know the story. They get the dog. And unfortunately, you feel really bad about what happened, and we share a lot of really soft and sensitive energy. And if you can imagine being that dog and going to a new place, a new home, a new location with different people that you don't know, you don't speak English, and all you see are really soft and vulnerable people who feel sorry, and it's because you feel sorry for the dog. You now have a dog who is concerned. You have a dog who doesn't feel like
he's got no one to lean on.
No one to lean on, and all of a sudden we unintentionally put all this weight on our dog to, and you mentioned kind of in the beginning, be protective, to protect our home, and we unintentionally create these really unstable guard dogs because your boxer mix is not bred to be a guard dog.
You did mention that you wanted a dog to protect your home. Guess what? That's what he's doing.
When dogs get stressed and anxious, they engage in all sorts of behaviors that are really, really, really unfortunate. And the way we remove stress and anxiety is through training, structure, leadership, and guidance. It's what all of us do. And if you want to make that happen, what I'd really like you to wrap your head around is that this can be sorted out, that it's not a lost cause, but you do have to do a hell of a lot of work to educate yourself so you can make good decisions about how to move forward. Contacting Tori at taketheleadk9training.com would be a great place to start to get good information and to get guidance, and then you can move from there.
And I will mention two things that either give me the finger or it'll make you cry with happiness. Number one, I have got 2 seminars coming up in Florida, one in Ellington, Florida, and one in West Palm Beach. And you can have a free ticket.
There you go.
There you go.
You can't give the finger to that, right? So
I don't want to see this dog dead.
Yeah.
I just don't.
So
I don't. Let me finish though.
How can she contact you?
Go to solidk9training.com. But also you want to contact Tori as well. But also, if you are literally saying these guys are full of, I want you to know, between the 3 of us, we've trained 10,000 dogs, most of them with aggression. This is what we do for a living. So a couple of things. Do not put your dog on medication. It will not help. If you decide to blow all of this information off and say, these guys are crazy, I would never do that to my dog, I'm going to go down a different avenue, you can. But please do not put your dog down unless you have taken our suggestions. They will work, but you got to go all in. You got to go all in. I want you to know,
it might be counterintuitive initially for you.
We see dogs like yours all the time, and we're telling you, we've I don't want to use the word fixed. I hate that word.
Yeah.
But boy, can we get you the dog that you want? I want you to know that, okay? But it's going to take a lot of change, and I think about 90% of that's going to be with you.
And Chrissy, my main note here to myself is that we see dogs like this all the time.
All the time.
All the time. That's all we primarily see.
That's how we make actually a really good living.
Right? So anybody who's telling you that it can't be fixed or wants to put your dogs on meds doesn't understand how to move a dog through a program like this and how to get a dog into a better space. So we're not trying to sell you anything. You don't need to buy anything from us.
I've given you something for free.
Just go after the information and educate yourself, and then you can make an informed decision from there. Cool?
Thanks, Kristen.
Let us know.
Let us know.
Good luck. Hang in there.